Hello and welcome back to Aphrodisia. I hope you're all doing well today. Today we have an interesting pick-a-pile for you. We are going to be looking at a past, present, future reading for your connection. So it's basically looking at what has happened, what has transpired, what is currently happening now, and what's going to happen in the future. And this is a pretty quick overview as to what has happened in your connection. So what you want to do is to close your eyes and connect with your higher self and ask for some guidance. When you're ready, open your eyes and pick a pile, sun, moon, or stars. And if you need to, you can pause the video. But before we get started, please help support this channel by liking and subscribing and pressing the bell icon to be alerted on new videos. And the list of decks that I have used in this reading will be in the description box below. So for those of you who picked pile Sun, this is your reading. This will be the past column, this will be the present column, and this will be the future column for you. And so in the past, I think both of you have gone your separate ways. There was a painful ending for the two of you, and because of that, I think both of you still have a lot to heal in terms of the hurts and the trauma from the separation. You have both started to increase or put effort into your own abundance, your own finances and career. I do sense that there is a lot of focus at this point in time on finances and career, and both of you are really putting in the effort on bringing in your abundance and harvesting the fruits of your labor. I think one of the reasons why both of you actually had this very painful ending, first, it's because I think you were putting too much attention or putting in a lot of effort into career and finances. You didn't really give this relationship time and effort that was required in order to sustain and to grow this relationship, because you were busy growing your own wealth and growing your own career and finances. I feel like you were both still struggling to get some stability in that material aspect, and you were trudging along working on your material things. It could have been that you were studying for a degree that kind of set you up for the future, or you were just really working on getting that promotion, getting some sort of financial stability. But the rate that it was going, it caused the relationship to slow down to the point where it got a little bit stale, it got a little bit boring, and you both didn't know how to sustain it, and the relationship kind of fell apart. And if you've been holding on to that past, you've been holding on to this relationship with this other person, despite the fact that it has already ended, it's time to kind of lay it to rest in order to close that chapter so that you can begin a new one. I feel like with the 9 and the 10 for the past, it really symbolizes the ending of a cycle. So whatever cycle that you were both in, it has ended with the ending of your relationship. And as a result, you really closed off a lot of lessons and a lot of things that you had to learn. But this doesn't mean that it's never going to happen again. Especially, what I'm feeling is that especially if you've been separated for quite some time, there is going to be a new beginning moving forward. You need to accept that this is the ending of a phase in your life and a phase in your connection. But it doesn't mean that it stops there. It could mean that, something had to end in order for there to be a renewal again. But if it's not meant to be, if you're not meant to come together again, know that you have learned the lessons that you have learned. You've experienced everything that you should be experiencing with this connection. This connection was a learning, it was a lesson for you. And with that knowledge, there is no wasted time, no wasted energy, and no wasted love. Love is love. Like, you need to understand that it had to happen, and for it to have ended, it means that really it's time to move forward into the next phase. So what's happened presently is that I do sense that if this person is meant to come back into your life again, they are coming in slow and steady. With the Knight of Pentacles, they're coming in with a stable offer of love. Whatever that has happened in the past, they have really put it to rest, or they're in the process of putting it to rest, and they have worked on their material, like the material world. They have worked on their finances and career. They have worked on material stability, and now they're ready to come forward to give to this connection. They understand why this connection didn't really have a stable, or it didn't really work out well in the past. So they understand why it didn't work out in the past, because they were very focused on the material things, and now they have gotten whatever they needed to get in the material, and now they're like, I'm ready to start something new again. So they're coming forward with an offer of love. But if this person is not meant to come back into your life again, I feel like you are both moving forward slowly and steadily, especially as you get more stability within yourself and within your career and finances. The more you step into a more stable energy, the more you are able to move forward and into the future. I feel like some of you may be a little bit stubborn in terms of wanting to hold on to the past, wanting to hold on to everything that you had with this person. And I think it's completely normal, because it's also part of the grieving process that you are still healing, that you are still working through, and that's fine. But it's important to understand that there comes a certain point where you cannot keep reading the last page of the chapter over and over and over again and not start a new one. Know that whatever is going to happen will happen eventually. And if you believe that this person's coming back into your life, then believe in that. But do not hold on to the past and try to project the past into the future. Let this person come into your life, and both of you can start something new again, and not have it not have the past repeat itself. As magical or as amazing that past was, it also kind of led to certain endings. It also led to an ending for the two of you, and it means that there were some things that were not very healthy, or that were not very good for this connection. And so you need to let go of the past in order to embrace the future and allow whatever's coming your way to come your way. And you have to be patient with whatever's coming your way. I feel like in the future, there will be communication coming in for you. I feel like this person will be coming in to give you clarity or to give you closure about the situation. And I feel like you are going to be in a place where you are going to understand why things had to happen the way it did. And I think there is going to be a lot of clarity in the situation that you're going to receive. But I feel like with the number of fours, like there are 2 fours in this reading, and what I'm feeling with that is that you are going to be a little bit stubborn in trying to move forward, and you need to break free of that. You need to learn to be okay with moving forward. Don't ignore the blessings that want to come in. Just because you are very insisting on this one particular outcome to actually manifest itself, don't be opposed to the different ways that it can manifest itself. So sometimes it manifests in a roundabout way. So the more you hold on to the past, the more unlikely it is that you're able to embrace the new beginnings, the new, love that wants to come in. You're just pouring away all the opportunities, and all these cups are empty, and you're just, Spirit's handing you a lot of these new opportunities and these new love beginnings, and you're just pouring it down because you are still a little bit stubborn and holding on to the past. You're not willing to start a new chapter again, even though there is going to be communication. There is someone who's interested, who wants to come into your life, but because you're stubbornly holding on to the past, this opportunity gets wasted away and it goes down the drain. So there comes a time where enough is enough. Like, you shouldn't be wasting any more opportunities, and instead you should go out and allow life to happen. Like, you need to go out and allow the blessings to just come into your life. And so that's all the messages that I have for you today. Let me know in the comments how this resonates with your situation, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great weekend ahead. Bye! So for those of you who picked pile moon, this is your reading. I feel like in the past, you both were very focused on finances and career, and you did not really give this connection enough effort, or you did not give this connection enough time and energy in order for this connection to grow. I feel like you didn't really know how to work as a team. You didn't know how to be a team player and to work with this other person, to work with your person in order to build this relationship from ground up. I think you were learning, and you still didn't know what it truly meant to be in a relationship, and that's completely fine. Just know that now that you know how to be in a proper relationship after all this lessons that you had to learn in this separation. And I feel like there might have been a third party involved in this situation, and that this person might have left you for a third party because they saw this third party as, someone who could understand them better. The grass was greener on the other side, but they slowly realized that it's not. They're realizing that this is not as great as I think they thought it would be. And this third party could be like a career situation, which I'm strongly leaning towards, or it's like family, or it's like another person. Whichever the case may be, they're realizing that it's not that great after all. It's still filled with a lot of burdens. I'm seeing a lot of the similar kind of patterns of burdens in this little statue here, and as well as the Ten of Wands. Both are carrying a lot of emotional baggage, and I feel like no matter how far they ran, they still carried all these emotional baggage with them, and because of that, they are a little bit weighed down regardless of where they go. So it's not about the person that they're with, it's actually about them, and they're starting to realize that. I feel like they were building a legacy for themselves. They were learning to build a legacy. They were really working really, really hard to try to make something out of them, make a name for themselves. And now I think they have finally found some stability, especially when it comes to finances and career. They are feeling like they are in a space where they're ready to come forward and to explore other aspects in life. In the past, I think because of the fact that there was not a lot of emotional or financial stability, they didn't really dare to kind of offer anything more. I think you wanted a lot more commitment from them, and they were a little bit slow in giving you this commitment. And you wanted a lot more out of this situation, but they were unable to give it to you because they were just not stable within themselves yet. But now they are, and they're thinking about union. They're thinking about, marriage and commitment. And I feel for some of you, they have you on their minds. I think you've kind of never left their mind as the person that they want to settle down with, as the person that they want to spend the rest of their lives with. Like, they really had long-term plans for the two of you. It's just that at that point in time, they really couldn't give it to you. But now they're realizing that they can, and they really want to bring forward this new beginning and this union with you. But first, what I'm feeling is that both of you really do have to let go of the baggage of the past. You really need to allow the past to rest. You need to put down the burdens that you're carrying, the worries that you're carrying. And I think both of you are worried, albeit for different things. I think this person's worried that they're not able to give you what you need, they're not able to provide you with what you need, that you're not going to accept them after all this time. Like, they are building a castle for you, and they have built this castle for you, and they're wondering if you're going to like this castle at all, and they're wondering if this is something that you want and whether they're still someone that you want. And as for you, you're worried that it's never going to happen. You're worried that this person is not going to choose you. And you need to be really strong in your convictions that if this is meant to be, if union is meant to be between the two of you, it's going to happen. And I feel like this is more of like a twin flame sort of energy, which I feel didn't really end off on a really bad note. I don't think that it ended off on a bad note. It just fell apart, and this person has really invested a lot of time into building themselves up again. And I think so have you. So in the future, there is a lot of codependent behaviors and a lot of negative behaviors and mindsets and addictions that you need to release and let go of. I feel like if you're prone to kind of being very quick to be pessimistic, or if you think like, oh, it's never going to happen, or, you know, this person is just going to stay the same way, or this third party situation is going to happen all over again, and you're not good enough, and all these thoughts, and it applies to both you and your person. If you're feeling all these things, then it's time to heal that. It's time to allow the strength card. The strength card to me is also about healing, and to draw on the strength card and to draw on this healing energy to heal your fears and addictions and negative mindsets. I think there will be a time where you will defeat your internal demons. Both of you will. And this will be a time where you both actually will be able to come together. The strength card to me also symbolizes like a form of union and a form of like coming together. And it's about learning to understand the other person and learning to appreciate each other's strengths and weaknesses, and to be able to live and build together with this other person. But what I'm feeling is that you really need to let go of the past, both of you do, in order to have this union together, and to rebuild this union again. So with that being said, that's all the messages that I have for you today. Let me know in the comments how this resonates with your situation, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great weekend ahead. Bye! So for those of you who picked pile stars, this is your reading. What I'm feeling with this is that you have spent the past, and your person has spent the past actually building up on their divine feminine energies. You are stepping into your divine feminine energies. If you're the divine feminine, if you're the divine masculine, you've learned to heal a lot of your mother wounds. You've learned to heal your divine feminine side of you. I feel like you've learned to heal, and you've learned to find peace. And I think both of you have learned to step into an abundant energy where you're both ready to have this new beginning, ready to love again, ready to have children, ready to settle down, ready to bring in the abundance, but more importantly, to harvest everything that you've set out to do. Like you're ready to kind of harvest these crops and these grains that you have been dedicated to planting and growing. And as a result, you are seeing so much. You're seeing everything with so much clarity. And the past has really ramped everything up so that both of you can kind of move towards union. I feel like the Chariot card here is both of you really balancing out your yin and your yang, your divine masculine, divine feminine energies. And now that they're balanced out, they are at peace with each other, they can move in the same direction into the future in a single direction instead of trying to go in opposing directions. You are now ready to step into your carriage and allow your higher self to lead the way. I feel like this is a time where you're just stepping into your power and also stepping into your carriage to start moving. You haven't really started moving yet in the past, but now you are already in the carriage is what I'm feeling, and you are learning to balance out your situation. You're learning to balance out everything, because we have the Six of Pentacles here in the present in the present reading. And I feel like you have really balanced out your yin and your yang, and that's already seen in the past. You have done that balancing, and now you're able to give, is what I'm feeling. And the Six of Pentacles is a card for me also of, it's an offer of a solid stable love and a solid stable new beginning. And I feel like both parties are able to give love this time, and not one person giving and one person receiving, and that is how it is. Like, one person just gives and gives and the other person just receives and receives, but both are able to give and receive love now, and both of you are stepping into this energy where you're able to have this reconciliation. I feel like this reconciliation is happening presently. Like, you will be reconnecting with this person that you have in mind, and as a friend, or you'll be starting out as friends, or it could be that friends are going to help you, or that both of you are just going to meet each other like by chance at a party or something. And this is what's the energy of the present, because you're now able to give and receive love. You're able to step into an energy where you can have this reconciliation. And that's because you've done a lot of the base work with the healing in the past, and now you are ready to move forward. You're learning to go with the flow, and you're learning to move forward in the direction that the universe wants you to move in. And so in the future, I feel like you're going to be building a very stable, solid foundation for a union. Like, the Queen of Pentacles is someone who's very nurturing, someone who's very stable. She's just grounded, and her energy is very grounded. And I feel like the union that you're going to build together is going to be very grounded. I feel like this union in the future is going to be stable, and it's going to be both of you nurturing each other, nurturing this connection and helping this connection grow. I wouldn't be surprised if you both have kids and build a legacy and build a comfortable home, because I feel like financially both of you are quite stable. However, there will be conflict that will arise, and you both have to remember that you have learned the lessons that you need to learn in order to deal with this conflict. So there's nothing that you should be worried about. Yes, there will always be conflict. Yes, there will always be people who do not want to see you together, but it doesn't mean that it should tear you both apart. You need to both be very strong, and you need to have this union that's very strong between the two of you in order to be able to deal with other external forces that try to tear you both apart. And I do think that you'll be able to withstand all this conflict. And there will be conflict between the two of you as well. And that's completely normal, as long as you learn and as long as you know how to resolve this conflict between the two of you. I think both of you should be fine. So with that being said, that's all the messages that I have for you today. Let me know in the comments how this resonates with your situation, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great weekend ahead. Bye!